In today's channeled message from the angels, they are telling us that we are ready to start moving into the ascension. So welcome back to my channel, you guys. If you are new here, my name is Ann Tucker. I'm a trance channel. I channel from the angelic realm. And that means that I raise my awareness up as high as I can go. And then a little higher, I connect, the messages start to come through and I transcribe them and I share them here with you guys. So today's message is the angels are specifically talking about how we've gone through sort of a difficult period up until that we've been going through, especially this last few weeks. They say that this process has helped us to be more ready for the ascension, and they want us to start taking some baby steps, start practicing this movement into this new frequency, and they're ready to help us. And in this message, they give us a specific set of steps they want us to go through to help us to start to move into that state. They say we're not going to be able to hold it all the time, but we can start moving in and out of it, which is pretty exciting. So anyways, I hope you enjoy the message. If you would like to experience live healing with the angels, you can join me for peace bathing, which I do every month, once a month, and it's on my website, which is anntucker.com, and you'll see it, peace bathing. I will put a link to that in the description box below. So I hope to see you there, and enjoy the message.
So, all right, so here is the message. We feel you have begun to seek more potential. You are all housing, embodying your essential selves. You have within the connection you seek. How we are transcribing your desire for connection raises you higher still, to embody yet more of who you are to be, to become. You are readying, becoming still within, quiet. Which is interesting that they say that we're becoming still within, because I think most of us would say that the world is anything but quiet right now, that it's madness out there, like there's crazy stuff happening. But I think what they mean by this is that you're becoming still within it's like I was talking about with me having all these deja vus. There's a centeredness, like there's where if you think about when your chakras are all out of alignment, it creates a lot of disharmony in your system. And as we get more and more aligned, it creates an energetic quietness within our system. We become more focused. And that, I think, is the quiet they're speaking of. Quiet, but still within, like still, yeah, still like centered in yourself. They go on to say, it has now the repercussion of enlargement. You are processing the energies we have spoken of, the solar rays and influx extreme, which modulates your frequency beyond where it has been. These advances have caused some to feel external fatigue, tired, sore, weary, stressed. And they say it's about the enlargement. I think that is true. I think some of these, and they talked about this, I think, in our last live, that there's contraction followed by expansion, right? It's this idea that we have to go through these periods of sort of contracting and letting go of things and sort of the difficult times, and that's what then projects us outward. And they're saying that this is what it is now. The repercussion is enlargement, expansion. That's what we're stepping into, is this expansion and expanding awareness. And this is where we're losing our, like I was saying, losing our grip on reality, losing our connection to what has been. All right, so they say, a haven appears not far from here. You will receive more power within, enlargement of your faculties, your abilities transform within this light you have received. You are integrating, understanding your own progression, and now the feelings change. You can rise within, advancement profound. Your longing still for upward connection is fulfilled. You feel more aligned as we are advancing you higher within the fold of our embrace. So, and this is, when they say not far from here, remember that the angels don't have a great sense of time, that they don't experience time the same way that we do. So they say not far from here. But I believe, given that kind of what we've been going through, they're saying a haven appears not far from here. You will receive more power within. So all of the stuff we've been going through, this contraction period, helping us get into alignment, we now are ready to move forward into this period of expansion. And they're saying that's where this period of expansion, as we open, as our boundaries become more fluid and we expand out. And I'm experiencing that as I expand out in terms of my understanding of time, my experience of time, as I'm having all these deja vus, my experience of who am I as opposed to others, as I'm experiencing other people's dreams, right? This expansion process is showing us that that we are having this advancement from within, that we are better understanding our own self, our own gifts, our connection, all of that, right? Which is super interesting, super exciting. So they go on to say, we use this trajectory acquired not far long ago. Just now you have felt the becoming. Your own enrichment was occurring, and now saturated, you are become and prepared for more elevation. So they're just saying this more clearly here. They're saying, yeah, you guys have gone through this, like, and now you've gone through this contraction. Now you're ready to move into this. They said this trajectory acquired not far long ago. So just recently we've gone through all this stuff. Now you have felt the becoming. Right? This is that process of contraction is the becoming. They say your own enrichment was occurring, and now you're saturated with all this great light, all this great energy, and you are becoming prepared for more elevation. They say, going on, they say, we speak now of this, for we are within each and every one. We are within you, each and every one. We are nearby. We are aligned with your heart and ready to lift you up more than you have been, more advancement. You are ready. We beseech you now, hear us. We are close by. We will assist, should you let us. So here they're going to go into some very specific instructions of what they want us to do to start taking these steps. It's like a practice they want us to take on, to try, to help us to start to experience this movement into this higher vibration. And they're going to guide us through it. And so they use a lot of like, do this now. But remember, their angels, like, now is like, now. So it doesn't mean you have to do it right this minute. It means do it when you're in a calm space, when you're safe at home, when you're not driving, you're not, like, do it when you're in a place where you can. Then try this. So just know that as they're saying, they keep saying, do it now. They mean like the now. So, okay. So they go on to say, lift us in your mind's eye, lift us higher, a higher plane of existence. See it now, rising higher. We are there. Once you perceive in your awareness our lofty precipice, we reach down and gather you to us. We bring you up. We lift you here. See us now. So this is, they're saying they want us to go into sort of a little meditation on your own, and in your mind's eye, and they say later in this that you can use whatever your perception is works. So whether you're claircognizant, clairsentient, clairvoyant, whatever works for you works. But they say, they mention just see, but I think they mean in terms of experience. So if you can visualize them or experience them as they're saying, lift us higher. So when you're in your perception, imagine the angels being with you, all around you and surrounding you, and then imagine them lifting higher to a higher plane of existence. So imagine that. And then once you have them there in your perception, see, and they say, see us as, once you perceive us in your awareness, our lofty precipice. So see them up there, like at a precipice looking down at you. And once you have them there, feel them reaching down to you, right? They say, we bring you up, we lift you here. They said, we reach down and gather you to us. So this is the process that they want you to do, is to imagine, they're inviting you to do, to imagine them up, and then they will reach down and pull you up with them. And then, so they go on to say, your perception is essential. You can feel our rising experientially. You can perceive the wind of our wing or feel the shift in vibration. You can see in your mind's eye. You can hear the sound of our pitch changing as we rise. All are okay. All will work. You must only work to perceive and let it come into your awareness as it may. So this is what I was saying, is whatever your clair is, whatever way you perceive is work. So don't worry about it. Just do what feels natural to you. They go on to say, be ready. Perceive now, we rise. You will do this if you choose. Ask us now, and when you feel prepared, ask us to lift you higher. Be engaged with our vibration. You can move up now. This moment is here. Not the ascension you seek in all its entirety, but an aspect of rising vibration. So they're saying that this is a two-part thing, that there is that we need to say we want to do it, right? We have to tell them, hey, yes, I'm in. Like, sign me up, I'm in. I want to do this. So you can do that now if you choose. You can say yes, yes to yourself, speak to your angels. Yes, I want to do this. Then when you're ready, go through the process they described of visualizing them going up. Once you see them reaching down and gathering you up, and feel yourself rising up to where they are. And they're saying that when you feel prepared, ask us to lift you higher. So be engaged with our vibration. You can move up now. This moment is here. And then they say that not the ascension you seek in all its entirety. So this lifting is not the big kahuna. This is not the end of this process. They're saying this is an aspect of rising vibration. And they go on to say why that's important. And you're saying, thank you, angels. Thank you guys very much for joining, for being here with me. Hello. You're saying, thank you. Yes, I understand that now. Awesome. You're saying almost every time when I call on them, I feel slightly dizzy for a sec. Yes, that is their shift in frequency. So that's awesome. You're feeling it. When I first started channeling the angels, I felt it. I didn't even know it was them. I didn't understand what was happening. Every time I went into meditation, I felt like this. It was literally, I thought one of my guides was sitting on me because I felt this insane pressure come down on my head, my forehead, and my chest to the point where I literally couldn't breathe. It would be like, it was just extreme pressure. And I thought it was one of them, like trying to sit in me, like maybe trying to get in. I didn't understand what was going on until finally I understood that it was like the G-forces of me going up, and I didn't understand it. So anyways, but you're feeling dizziness, listen to that, right? That's a good sign. So yeah, if they show up, they really do. You can feel them. So, okay, back to the message. They say, so they're just saying that this is an aspect of the ascension. This is not the full thing. This is a piece of it. And this is why that's important. They say an element of trust you must develop. An experience is necessary to instruct the self that here is worthy of achievement and you are ready to perform the upliftment. Trust in self, trust in our part and process, in our power to aid and help you all. So this is about that, what I was saying, that as we're going through this shift, even though, you may be as ready could be, like you may be so like, cannot wait for this to happen. But when it does, as it's starting, I can tell you what I've been experiencing just recently with all these deja vus happening constantly. It's a weird feeling. It's weird and it's unsettling. And they're saying that going through this process of practicing with this little baby step is like, it's helping to build our trust in this process, helping us to release our attachment to reality and open in this way that we've never experienced before, and to start to let it in, to let it be, to become more fluid. So it's about moving out of the fear. And like I said, that's so important, because how we receive these energies dictates a lot of what our experience is going to be, right? Are we open? Are we ready? Are we excited? Are we understanding what's happening is something that's really, really positive, or are we in fear, right? We want to stay out of fear. So, all right, they go on to say, this experience, should you choose to avail yourself of it, will lift, will rise, and confirm your tears of happy joy, your love of God Creator, your readiness to perceive more of who you are becoming. This now will rise you beyond that inquiet, beyond the fray of the becoming, lift you higher than your fear of lack and abundance gone. You will feel yourself supported, cared for, held by ourselves, and seen in the greater context of your eternal being. So this is what, by doing this is what we can hope to achieve, is to get out of sort of the chaos that's around us right now and the feelings we have about that, and to move into these really wonderful feelings, right? That they're saying that, we're going to be, tears of happy joy, the love of God Creator, that readiness to perceive more of who you are, and feeling, supported and cared for, held by them, and really seen in the context of your greater being, of who you really are. So just beautiful. And this is what we can look forward to. They go on to say, you cannot hold this fear ongoing. It will not depart, but you can modulate your frequency up and beneath, rise and fall. So I think this is important. And one of you guys commented on this in the comments on the last video, on the last live. You were talking about how we need to practice moving in and out of this frequency, these high frequencies. That's exactly what they're saying here. They're saying that we can modulate our frequency to practice moving in and out. And then this is important in terms of helping us so that when this comes, that it doesn't scare us. that we do feel like, oh, okay, it's here. I'm ready. I'm ready to feel like I'm on the crazy swing roller coaster, timeless, losing touch with reality, crazy train. Yay. But it really is awesome. It just feels really weird. All right, they go on to say, you can have all time to prepare oneself to live a sheltered being, to be provided and saved and protected. But this time is sharp, glowing with abundant reality, with extremes of faction and disturbance of weather. And you have chosen to be here now in this chaotic circus. And we say, here is the revered forthcoming rise. And I love this paragraph. They're saying that they said you can have all time to prepare oneself to live a sheltered being, to be provided and saved and protected. They're saying you had had so many lifetimes in which you could come to earth and you could live a safe life, right? When everything was predictable, we knew what was going to happen in terms of reality. And they say you could have all that time, eons of time, in which you could live and be sheltered and provided and saved and protected. And they're saying, but no, this time that we're in right now, they're saying this time is sharp and glowing with abundant reality, with extremes of faction, which is like people being in their own camps, extremes of faction and disturbance of weather. So all the climate change, you're talking about just the chaos that's out there. They're saying this time that we're in right now is sharp, with that kind of glowing with that abundant reality. And they're saying you have chosen to be here now in this chaotic circus. And here we say, here is the revered forthcoming rise. So this is a time that's different. This is not a time of kicking back and relaxing and just cruising. This is where we bring it. All right, so they go on to say, we begin, we rise up, not all at once, no indeed, a step, a progression, an abundance in your field of opportunity for glowing brightly as ourselves, for taking on the feeling of joy. This process of allowing and trusting readies the self for what may come in time, the arrival of greater frequency still, another level higher and beyond. So this is what I was saying, is that they're trying to get us accustomed to the feeling of it. They go on to say, you can do this now. We'd like to invite, to request, to ask you, each and every one, to rise, to lift as we express, to do this now as we ask and feel your own accomplishment, to feel the temporary suspension in this higher bridge of aliveness, to feel our light penetrating where you are, to feel our love more clearly, more fully than you have done. Rise with us fully, be in our light. Simply ask and visualize or feel as we have said. Let yourself rise and we will do the rest. We seek you now. We say, delay not this joy. It waits. We love you. So awesome, right? Like, so exciting. So anyways, I am so curious for you guys to try this and then come back and let me know what you experience. Come back and let me know if you have an experience of the angels, if you have a shift in frequency, whatever occurs. And remember, like, whatever does occur, like, nothing should be judged. Like, whatever occurs is what happens. Like, just allow, let it be, and know that as you do this over time, the experience may change over time. So any experience is valid, and I cannot wait to hear what happens for you. So, all right, you guys, happy Friday. I hope you guys are looking forward to an excellent weekend. And we're actually finally getting into real fall weather here. It's a real rainy, cooler day today. So it feels kind of good. It's like, yeah, I like fall. I'm ready for fall. So, okay, you guys, thank you so much. It was wonderful to spend the time with you. And I will see you next Friday live. Bye, you guys.